Okay, welcome back to Dublin Academy Maths. Michael on the Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths, Series 3, Episode 3, and it's Calculus, and today we're going to do the product rule and the quotient rule. Okay, so I'm going to let you take a look at this so as you know it's there, so if I rub something out you know that where the error lies. Okay, so I'm moving it along here. Now, the product and the quotient rule. Well, let's start off with the product rule. Okay. Now, so you have a function here y. Now you can get y is you can get the derivative. So y is equal to u times v. All right, that's a product. In other words, one group is against another. Okay, it's a composite function. It's still a curve. Okay, but it's done in such a way that it's ends up like this, like a product of one group of functions against another. So now dy dx is equal to u times, now you have to learn this off, dv dx plus v times du dx. Okay, now it doesn't matter which way you get them around, so you can have this first and this second, they will still work out the right answer. Okay, so if I was going to do a question, for example, y is equal to 2x minus 1 by 3x squared plus 4. Now, ideally I could multiply this out, this by all of that, and then that, second by all of that, and then just do it normally. But, you know, they can get more complicated. So first of all, I u, v. Okay, so I don't get confused. So dy dx is equal to u times dv dx, so u is 2x minus 1, brackets. dv dx, that means you have to derive v with respect to x. So 2 times 3 is 6x, 2 minus 1 is 1. Derivative of a constant is equal to 0. Plus, so I'm following the rule up here, v times 3x squared plus 4 times the derivative of u. Derivative of u is 2. Okay? And you could multiply those out. Okay, so I've multiplied 6x by 2x is 12x squared minus 6x. 2 by all is this, plus 6x squared plus 8. Now I hope you know that this multiplied by that and that by that is the same as this by all of this. Okay? Right, that seems okay. I'm looking at my answer here. I'm looking at 12x squared plus 6x squared is 18x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, so you can see it's some sort of quadratic, okay? But it's a quadratic in a quadratic form, it's not in a quadratic equation. Okay, so this is the slope of this under any given point. So again, if I put in 1, 4, put in 1 for x, I can find out the slope of that line at that certain point. Okay, so I'm going to keep repeating this until you get it right. So that's how you do the product rule. Very simple, very easy, and very easy to make a mistake. Okay, so you have to take things very, very slow with this. So the quotient rule next. So I'm going to do the quotient rule. Quotient rule. Now, y is equal to u over v. Now, dy dx, this one you can't get wrong, is equal to v times du dx minus u times dv dx. All over v squared. Okay, so it looks a bit big and all that, but and this is v by the way. Okay, so my v's have a bit of a turn on the top. Okay, so let's have a look at the formula. So you'll have 1 over the other, 3x minus 7 all over x squared plus 1. Okay, now keep looking out for factors. There's no factors here. Okay, if that was minus 1, that'd be x plus 1 by x minus 1. That's factors of difference of two squares, which we did in series 2, or sorry, series 1. Now, so looking at this, so I now have to, as I say again, put my u and put my v. Okay, so I take it again, dy dx is equal to, running out of space here, dy dx is equal to v, which is x squared plus 1 times, okay, maybe I'll bring it down here, dy dx is equal to v. I'm following the rule up here, okay? So v times du dx. So v is x squared plus 1 times the derivative of u with respect to x is 3. Okay, minus u, which is 3x minus 7, times the derivative of v with respect to x. So v is x squared plus 1 and the derivative of x squared plus 1 is 2x. All over v squared, which is x squared plus 1, all to be squared. Right? Now you would multiply that out until you got a line where everything would be one linear equation. Okay, so when I'm multiplying this all out, I get minus 3x squared plus 14x plus 3 all over x squared plus 1 all to be squared. And that's my answer. Same again, so that's the formula that's derived from this. So if I put in, if I have a point, what is the slope of the line 3x minus 7 over x plus 1 at 1, 0, for example. So you put in 1 for x and you get out an answer. Okay, whether positive or negative will tell you where the slope is going. Right then, that's that done. Now let's have a look and see if there's anything else. So that's the product and the quotient rule. Now, I don't see any problems with reading out these questions anyway. Differentiate the following using the product rule. 3x minus 4 times 4x plus 5, x squared plus 2, 3x plus 5. There's nothing really going wrong here. Okay, you got the numbers there, 28. You got quite a lot of questions, but it's practice. Everything seems okay there. Right, so here we go again to those questions. Champion.